Hello, everyone. I start my greetings with a great day for you. Good morning, good afternoon, and wherever you are listening and what's your time zone. Today is a very special day, and I'm very excited about this day. Always we talk about Mother Day, we talk about Daughter Day, we talk about Sunday, we do talk about Environment Day, we talk about World Health Day. But rare time I saw people are talking about Father's Day. So I feel that a father is something that most of the people are not appreciating in a way that is required. So for that, we have a special day show today, which will be fully focused on the contribution of the fathers in our life. Today is a Father's Day, and it's a day to honor and appreciate incredible dads who has shaped our lives. I'm so happy to talk about father and mother. These are the most important assets in my accounting terms, is the most important valuable assets we have in our life. The more we care for our asset, the less they depreciate. Dad, I will say, like the dad, from the moment we could walk and talk, you are always on our sides, guiding us through each and every step of our life. When we don't know anything, your love, your wisdom, your unwavering support for us is the foundation on which our personality today stands for. And one of the so let's recall some memories. We were small, we were extremely unsensible. We don't know how to walk on the road, how to go to the school. And that time our dads pick our finger, would take us to the school, to the park. We take the slides. And what a beautiful moments of life they were. And these moments we always miss when we grow up. These are the moments which feels that we grow with someone older. They are also getting older, but we are also getting more wisdom and more sense. So you teach us, you drive us, and you advise us how to face the challenges. These all things are really, really important. So I want to say, my dad, thank you very much for being your support. I know thanks is a very small word. You deserve more appreciation and accreditation. And the physical love with a hug and the words that matters in order to appreciate your effort. You taught me a lot of lessons, which lessons makes my life, shape my personality, make me feel like a leader. You taught me how to be strong, how to be kind, and how to preserve the face of adversity. You give me importance of integrity and hard work, and you make my life full of guidance. And every step, I have someone as a constant love, caring mentor, protector, and of course, my dad friend. In a friendly way, you raised, you make me laugh when it was a tough time, and you make me feel that you are such an exceptional father. So today we are blessed. We have a lot of fathers, mothers, and we will see what are their feelings about their father themselves, what are their thoughts, what they are going to impart to their next coming generation, and at the same time, what they have feelings for their fathers and their dad. So we will go towards the first guest of the day. She is an Emirati mother, very passionate daughter, highly appreciate the father, and see what is her feelings about the father. And so please welcome Asma Al Mansouri. She's working for Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, or shortly we call ADCB. It's one of the largest bank in UAE, and she's been in banking since long, and we will see what she says about Father Day today.
Hello everybody, Assalamu alaikum. Before we start, I would like to thank Dr. Musa and Berkeley Middle East for giving me opportunity and chance to be a part of this event. Today we are going to talk about Father Days. Happy Father Days to all amazing dads. Today we celebrate you for all the love and support you give every day. Being a father isn't always easy, but your hard work means the world to us. Thank you for teaching us, protecting us, and helping us grow. Your love and sacrifices, like working long hours and always putting us first, are deeply appreciated. Whether it's giving us advice when we need it most, cheering us on at our games, or simply spending time with us, our presence in your lives make all the difference. You are our hero, our guide, and our friend. We are proud to be your children and hope to make you proud too. Your wisdom, patience, and support shape us into the people we are today. We are cherish the moment we share the lessons to you, teach, and the love you give. On this special day, we want to remind you how much you mean to us. Your strength and kindness inspire us every day. Happy Father Days. We love you so much, and we look forward to celebrating many more Father's Days with you. His work ethics has taught me the importance of hard work and dedication in achieving goals. Thank you, Dad, for being my biggest cheerleader, my mentor, and my rock. You have been always my role model. I follow always in steps in life and my guidance. In conclusion, we have spoke about his love, his patience, his guidance, his cherish, but there is no word can describe our feeling toward or describe our father. Thank you all.
That's amazing. What a beautiful message. You can see that when a daughter expresses the care and love and appreciation to a father, you can deeply feel with the heart, and the sound is create its own impact. So this is the way all the girls should love their parents and their father, and it's a lovely message. And yeah, so, and a very interesting thing before I move to the next speaker, I was actually talking to a couple of people regarding their involvement in Father Day. And what a strange thing that some of them, uh, they were overwhelmed and very emotional. They told me that if they talk about father online, they can tear, they can weep, they can cry. Their emotions for their father is extremely high. So this is the feeling, and the most important thing is that I noticed that we don't express our loves to our parents, brother and sister. We don't tell them like, look, you are my big brother, and when I was small, you might have helped my dad to help me to go here, go there. So for sisters, for mother, for father, so it's a good thing to recall that the love need expression, the love need communication. You can love anyone until you don't discuss, you disclose, and you don't communicate. It's not serve the right purpose. So the lesson for day on this Father Day is express your love to your father, your mother, and your other relationships, even your friends, so they can feel the intensity is two-way. Now, please welcome the next guest, who is a regional financial controller for Middle East and Africa for a very renowned chain of hotels and resort, Vandam Qasim Sharif.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, Qasim. It's good to see you after a long time. How are you doing today?
I'm very well. How are you?
I hope you're doing well.
Yes, very well. Thank you for having me.
Likewise, and what's your feeling about the Father Day today? What you want to give a message for your father, or how you see this day as a special day for you?
Yes, and first of all, Eid Mubarak to everybody, whoever is celebrating. Yes, I think it's quite poignant that you mentioned at the start of the recording of the meeting that in terms of celebrating different days, Father's Day sometimes goes into the bottom of the priority. But I think it's quite nice of you to arrange this to celebrate Father's Day. And I think rather than talking about me being the father, I think I will talk more about my father, because unfortunately I lost my father very early on in my life. And one thing I realized later on during my life, that leaves a big hole in your life in making some of the key decisions, where fathers have a very very realistic input in your life. And I think it makes some of the decisions much easier for you. And moving forward to now myself, I think I try to use all of the experience I have to pass it on to my daughter. She's actually just turned 14 recently, So it's a very tough age, I guess, and it's very tough for the parents as well. And especially as a father, I try my best to give her all the experience I have received, and some of the shortcomings I feel that I had during my life, not having my father with me most of the life. But yeah, it's still talking about it. I feel very sad missing my dad on this occasion. But yeah, I think it's a process that you become father yourself, and you kind of help other kids move forward with that experience.
You're right. I can supplement you as when I was 26 years old, my father passed away, and uh, then I realized that how difficult life can be. Uh, when you have to take your own decision, there's no one to guide you like him. I do say we have friends, we have families, they are around, but the kind of care, mentorship we get from a father is extremely not comparable with anyone. So I do understand your pain, your struggle, your challenges that any kid can have without father. I'm so happy that you are putting all your effort for your kids to understand and realize. And I'm very hopeful that this latest generation kids understands the effort of a father. The way the society is moving, it's very sad to see, especially in the Western countries, that the kids, they're just waiting to be 16, and once they are 16, they are flying. So things are not in a right direction. I think these kind of discussions can pull out if they listen that it is really important to be connected with the family. So what's your message for the day? If you we believe that even we die, we do listen. So, what's your message for your father today?
Well, the message is that I really miss him, and I wish I have listened half of the things he's told me. My life will be much, much easier.
That's true. That's true. And that's a lovely message. I think uh, with this message, I would thank you for joining today. And I hope to see you in any other new show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
That's great. So you saw that, and you don't have father, it's very hard. So if you have father, go sit with the father, acknowledge him, talk to them, talk to him, make him realize that you really understand the struggle, the challenges, the sleepless nights. And the most important on a man as a father is the pressure to make money. And making money is not easy. I'm telling you, it's not that easy. It's looks sound that a father coming home late night, sometime over weekends, and making your ends meet, paying the rent, the electricity, the cost of living, everything is so hard. And a father is making your life better and protecting you from the cruel world realities. That's really important. Today, let's promise that we will go to our father and we will understand and appreciate his point of view, and we'll try to get the best value out of him. And we'll not try to dictate a father. Father communication is one way. He is on the top. We are on the receiving end. We need to learn from a father whether we teach them. So let's see who is the next speaker of the day. Hi, Salwa. How are you doing today?
Hi, Musa. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm super good.
That's great. You're always smiling and super good.
Thank
That's
you.
the special character in your personality. So, what are your feelings for the Father Day on this Father Day? Are you missing your father? And if he would be alive, what will be your message to him?
Yes, of course. The first thing, yes. May his soul rest in peace. Of course, I miss my dad. Actually, I lost my dad like 2010. He passed away, so I was that time 20 in my 20s. Like I'm 20 or 21. But yes, I've learned a lot in this 20 years, and yes, I'm here and I'm this personality today because of him. Thanks to him of this like disciplines. He was very like as a military. He was so tough person. But yes, with us the girls, he was so tender. And actually, Allah grant me and compensate me with a better, like with a dad. My father-in-law is similar to my dad actually, and my husband too. Actually, he's treating me like small kid. So I'm very grateful and I'm very lucky actually. Uh, I'm not a person who I remember my dad with a feeling of sadness. Actually, he was a very cheerful person. He was very lovely. He was very like life lover. So that's why whenever I remember him, I remember him with like a piece of joke or whatever. We just laugh. He's with me, like he's living with me daily. I don't feel at all that I lost him. He's with me in his spirit. Is always with me. So I'm a very cheerful person. I'm always follow his rules in my life.
Well, I think there's some ratio in the internet. We can't hear her nicely, but let's the IT team work to connect her back. I'm more excited to know about her feelings for her father. And I just saw that when we lost our father, it's been a hard time. But in fact, the way the father raised us in the early childhood, we don't feel much lost. We feel that yes, what he taught us is the time to demonstrate. It's a time to follow his footsteps, and this is what we are doing.
Sorry. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how
Please
it happens. I
continue.
was
Please
just talking.
continue your talk.
Yes, I said yes. I said that parents generally they don't get really their rights with us. That we just talk to everyone. Only parents they don't really get their own like time that we express our love to them, mom or dad, like both. So yes, I would just advise everyone. Just if you had your dad still alive, your mom still alive, just go to them, talk to them, express how much important their presence. And I know to good to girl, it's really important. Like dad's relationship to the daughter is very special. That's why I always tell my husband sometime when we talk about my daughter, she's so lucky because dad's love, the dad is the first love of the girl. So
Hmm.
she will express all her mindsets and all her dreams to find someone similar or looks like her dad. So it's very picky. Like when you're thinking about like this kind of perfectionism. Look like your dad is a perfect person. He's like having the best combination. So yes, I'm glad. I'm really like lucky that I had a very good compensational life. That my father-in-law is similar to my dad. He's very tender, and he do like treat me like a daughter, and my husband too. So yes, I'm not thinking that I lost my dad. Is okay. I miss him. I miss his presence as a physical presence. But yeah, he's deeply in my heart, in my spirit. He's always with me.
That's very beautifully you said that even he is not available physically, he is always in your heart, in your
Yes.
mind. That's the true love that actually every father is looking from their daughter. That when they are not in the scene, the daughter is thinking about them,
Yes.
understanding, following their footsteps. That's the most important, that.
Yes, even in my business, I always quote his words. I always, whenever I had a speech, or especially with women empowerment speech, whenever I am like as a board member, sometime when we had some panel discussion, I always quote his words for me, because what turns me a good one, because for me I believe that the support of a man, which is the first man in my life, was my dad. The support, the push about education, about the career, about creating my own personality, it was him. So I know how important the presence of a dad and of the male as well in our life. We can't like survive, or we can't go through without. We are having here to complete each other. So the society based on two elements which we have to complete each other. Of course, we have to grant, we have to celebrate the Father's Day, because they are the half of this society. And yes, most of the generation and the good like youth which is going on now is because of these dads who are dedicating their life, their time, their work, their mental health, everything. So I can see from myself and from my husband how he's like thinking about the future for my daughter, how he's creating everything as a plan. They think not for 1 year, for couple of years. So yeah, yes, we have really to celebrate them and thank them. Like from the bottom of my heart, I would celebrate every dad, because not easy to be a dad. Being father is easy, getting kids is easy, but being the dad is a dedication, is a commitment, is a feeling, is a whole, for me, is a whole basket. It's not only being a father. It's just many fathers, they just get out their kids and they don't even like quietly being there in while, but being a dad is so like so meaningful for me.
Very wise message. And in the last of your discussion, I will request you to give a straight message to your dad, expressing your feeling.
Okay, I would like to tell him I love you. I miss you so much, because in my life I had so much good steps where he wanted me to reach that place, that position, and he saw it and he told me, I'm not worried about you. I know you will do that. And maybe my own concern, I wished him that he was here to see me successful, to see me the girl he was always telling me when I was young. I know you will do that. I know you're gonna do this. So yes, I would like to just pray for him. He's better placed than here. But I always tell him, you're here. And he is listening to me actually. I feel always he's around. So I don't feel I need. I talk to him daily. He's with me. I express my feeling to gratitude to him. So I just want to tell him that I miss you. I love you. And yes, he needs to be happy, because I'm in a secure hands. My husband is doing the good thing actually.
Oh, that's a lovely message. And we believe that all the souls comes every Thursday to the home, and
Yes.
they see that what their kids does good for the society in general, what you call khair during the week,
Yes, yes, yes.
how much you read the Quran, or you help
Yeah,
your
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So that's the way fathers might feel more better if they see their kids doing the best of best, what they exactly helps them in the next world as well.
No, brothers. For me, I have six brothers, and because they are well raised, they are a
Mm,
copy of my dad. Like some of the brothers, sometimes I see my dad on them, the way how they talk, the way how they act. So I'm glad I have this much of brothers that sometimes I had someone who replaced my dad's in many situations. So I
mm,
think that Allah grant me with so much in my life. I have my elder brother. The difference is 20 years. So,
mm.
he's treated me like like a daughter. So I'm glad that I had this feeling of surrounding. Being a dad, I told you, it's not the one who like who gave birth to the kid, or he's part of being a dad's the feeling. Sometimes you can feel that person is like your dad, but he's not your dad. So like same like maternity, it's like it's not the one who gave birth, the one who raised and grew up and give lessons, and like it's a quietly a whole process. So for me, I'm just thanking God, Alhamdulillah, everything is gone well with me. Yes, And yes, my dad, I'm sure he's proud of me. I'm really sure that he does feel that proud that I'm here today.
That's amazing. I think it's a lovely message for a father and a very cheerful feelings that you have. I wish you a good luck and thanks for
Thank you
joining.
so much for having me here today. And always, thank you so much, Mr. Musa. I'm really grateful to have this kind of discussion with you all the time.
And have a happy Father Day for
Thank
every.
you. And happy Eid. Tomorrow is Eid. So
Yeah,
happy Eid for you and for everyone who's here on the set. Thank you so
thank you very
much.
much.
Thank
Likewise,
you.
have a lovely day
Thank you.
ahead.
Thank you too.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about father. So this was from the from an Arabic country, which is in the west, and you're talking about east, west, south, north. So we have all the major nationalities in our show, and you can see that it doesn't look that your skin color, your where you belongs to, where you're born, what you did. If the love for father is unconditional. Everyone loves their father in a very unconditional way. That's the way we should love father. Father is an extremely I mean, it's a personality who shape us, who raise us, who feed us. I mean, that's the most important aspect. So, with this, we are going to move. A very interesting speaker of the day. He is a chief financial officer in a company who is a MOA company, CJSE. SC, and he has 30 years of experience in finance. And please welcome Muhammad Abdul Bari.
Thank you, Musa. Assalamu alaikum. Good to see you.
Walaikum
Good to see you
salam.
after a long time.
That's
And
true.
I'm very thankful for the Berkeley to give me the opportunity even to share my emotions and my feelings.
That's great.
Okay.
So, Mike is all yours. And please go ahead and talk to your
Yes.
father and tell what you feel about him.
I told my father I passed the message, but I was not in have the strength to call him, see, tell him, please watch this because he might be watching live.
Mhm.
I'm just 300 kilometers away from him. I
Mhm.
came to India and I'm going to see him tomorrow.
Oh,
So there is nothing that can be payback for a father. And I am proud to say that he is my father,
wow.
and proud to say that he is my father. And I know I have passed a journey with him, and there are certain things that doesn't speak, but the silence sometimes speaks a lot. The eyes speaks a lot. The expressions speaks a lot. I have
Mhm.
seen these things in my father. He came up from a very poor family. He worked hard and he do a lot for us. Okay. We are five brothers and two sisters. I'm the elder one. And he has done his best to give everything for us. So when I talk about the father, it's very hard to express the inner feelings. And the way he take me to grow, and the way I remember my school days, I remember my college days, I remember my university days, I remember my growing days, and all journey. But a single smile of him gives me a lot of 1000 megawatt energy for a second. Imagine that how it reacts in my body when he smiles. Okay. And I'm a very much fan of his smile, which comes very rarely, but it gives very high energy to me. So my father has worked very hard for us. I am a boy who sit on the bicycle on the back of him and
Oh,
pass this journey.
what a cute feeling. Yeah.
So I am a boy who sit with him along with students when during my studies time. He is a lecturer, he is a mentor, he is a tutor, he is a guide, and he is everything. So there is something no need to write or tell us it is in this way. No. Sometimes you have to catch the things what he says, because for every say there is reason behind for the betterment of us, for everything. And I used to catch those things and kept inside me, and I used to work on that one, where it's going to land and how it's going to be achieved. Alhamdulillah, for every step, when you are clean from that, you know what to do, you know how to do. Without their prayers, we are nothing. They pray for us for a late nights, waking up, for all. So, can we take that easy? No.
No.
Can we forget that one? No. No need to tell us. You see your eyes, you feel with your ears. So, these things have changed my life. So, when I become a father, I realize how much further it can be made to the coming generation, and how to make them to face the challenges, because I gone through a lot of parents in this society. They treat children are a cost center, children are a profit center. No, I strongly say no. Our children are our investments. Investment not in the sense of financially. We
Mm,
need to invest in time, we have to invest in caring, we have to invest in explaining. So all those things are there. Today, this is required for the generations.
yeah.
And the more important thing, what I need to say, in today's digital world, I
Mm,
see a lot of parents, they want to give their children digitalized things,
mm,
which is good to some extent. Take the good things, but don't make it as a habit.
mm,
Okay. And when you, as a father and children, you are bonding up, you have certain things to do in today's life. Life is about a time, it cannot come back.
mm,
So, even when you give the pressure on the studies, today, most of the fathers give the pressure on the studies. You have to be top, don't be behind them. Because when we put the pressure on them as a fatherhood, it means you are stealing their good life for some years.
mm,
Keep them stressed out, let them focus, give empowerment, guide you what is good and what is bad, what need to be done. So these things we have learned. Why? Because we have learned from our fathers how to be disciplined and how to grow, how to make your life. And this is what I'm going to do. So I'm very thankful for my dad. And inshallah, tomorrow I'm going to see him. And the thing is, his dreams, I need to make it come true.
mm,
I know it's a live show, but I need to express I'm overwhelmed
mhm,
that recently I have been a certified CEO from Indian Institute of Management,
mhm.
Lucknow, and it's for me it's a big achievement. But without my father dreams, without my father what I taught, I could not go to this level.
That's
but
true.
still, but still, I have to achieve something,
Mhm.
and
That's true.
I will,
That's
and
true.
I'm promising my dad,
Mhm.
okay, I know that one he will get emotional, but we will do it. So with these, the message I need to give is to our children.
Mhm.
Okay, how they also take carry forward. That's the only message we have to give. And the most important thing, we talk about father gender, but
Mhm.
we in my society, in my throughout the career, I see some mothers who don't have father, but they play a role of the father. They are single mothers, but they play the role of father and mother.
Mhm.
So I need to salute them as well, how they take care and move forward for their children.
Mhm.
So this Father Day is not only for the Father's Day, but also for every son and father, because the son is the father of the son, and father son is the father of the son. So each generation goes on.
That's true. That's true.
But I should thank you, Berkeley, and you, and especially for giving me this opportunity. And inshallah, this is what I have to express.
That's amazing. Your feelings are very genuine and very natural. And I can see that your father has done a great job in you, and that's why you are successful, you're qualified. And this legacy of love and care, I wish will continue.
Inshallah, for sure.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful message we got that imagine, you are in your country and you are too small, you can't go to the school by walk, and your father, and that times when still now even as the cost of living is going high and fuel, cars, maintenance is getting more expensive. Some parents do walk with you to the school. Some, if the school is a bit far, they take the cycle, which is they push with their feet, and they wake you up in the morning, they leave you and they pick you back. They leave their office, they tell them, look, I'm going to pick my kids, I will be back. Sometimes you're late, sometimes you're stuck in. When you come in the office, they ask you like this, where were you? They feel that you're not committed with the work. All these hassles, every man as a father is passing through. And a very important message what Bari has given is for single fathers and single mothers who play the role of both. So who has kids, they wake up, they clean their stuff, they change their dresses, they cook for them, they drop to the school, they pick them from the school, they arrange the tuitions, and then they go to the hospitals because kids, when they're young, they get sick so quick. So all these single fathers and mothers, this is your day. We call it as a Father Day, and we salute your effort, and we wish that you will be continuing your love and care till you feel, and these kids will give you a response back, understanding that how hard it was when you were single father, single mother, and it was not easy to raise them. So with this, let's move to our next guest of the day, who is joining us, Professor Shirley. Hello, Professor Shirley. You are on mute. Can you unmute yourself so all the audience can hear you?
Hello, hello. How are you, Dr. Musa?
I'm doing great. It's good to always to see you, and I'm watching you after a long time. I wish everything is good at your side.
Everything is good by the grace of God. Everything is good. And I hope the same for you too.
Likewise, if I feel that if the nothing is good, still I feel good. So, yeah, let's go back to our topic. Mike is yours. What is your message for your father?
Okay, I would say that today is very emotional for me. Not only today, but since you sent me the message, because he's no longer here. May his soul rest in peace. But I'll always remember him for who he was and who will continue to be in my life. Yes, but that's very emotional. Yeah.
So, which age you lost him?
It was 3 years ago. 3 years ago. It's not a very
Hmm.
long time, but I would say that no matter what age, that's a good question. No matter what
Hmm.
age, if you lose your father, you actually lose someone very important in your life. And I have today, I would say I have one of the best fathers, and some people call him father, but I call him dad. So I would take that, that name. Dad for me is very affectionate, is very, very sympathetic and friendliness. So he was not only a father, but he was a dad that take care of all of us. We are seven in the family, four girls and three boys. So we are very lucky to have him. And that's why I'm here today to actually give word of wisdom to
Hmm.
fathers around the world. And those words coming from an educational background, because as an educator, we see what's going on with kids who have a household with the father in it, and
Hmm.
how their success, it's kind of a deja vu, like I say in French. I mean, you already see it because the
Hmm.
father is present in the household. So I want to give word of wisdom for taking description of who my dad was in my life and other dads around the world, who they are for their the love for the kids, and also not looking at how you say this, those who actually some father, they don't actually raise up by their own father. We have a lot of broken households, but we have some honest and decent fathers that take up responsibilities, and I'm talking on behalf of all educators. So that's what I want to share today, if it's okay with you.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Share your feelings.
Okay, so the first word of wisdom that I want to give to everyone listening right now, mostly the fathers, is to lead by example. You might not notice, even though we don't actually, sometimes when my dad talks to me, I don't listen because I think I know it all. But even though we don't listen, but we actually listening somehow in our mind, in our brain, your message resonate with us. We'll take it, we'll pick it up. So I advise parents to still, or the fathers to still talking to your kids and lead by example. They are watching, they're watching your actions, your mirrors, and what you install inside the house with your mom, because they are actually going to be their own. If you have sons or daughters, they're going to be actually having their own household as well. So they will say, my dad never done that to me. So that's why they're going to stand up for themselves. So that's the first one. The second one, I would say, cherish every moment, because kids, they grow up so quickly. So I see them every morning when they drop their children in front of the school. We see the father in the UAE. I don't know, it's everywhere, but I'm just saying in the UAE, there's so much the affection they give the father, drop the kids, and then they just holding them, kissing them. They don't want to go. So we see a lot of them here because we have them back in America, but I'm talking now at the present time, and because I'm here in the UAE. And before you know it, they're gonna be in middle school, high school, and then they just grow up, go to university, travel around the world, and you're gonna miss that precious time with them. Another thing I want to say is show integrity. You know, when you show integrity, even though things are very challenging, show integrity. Don't promise things and then you don't come back. Don't say you're gonna pick them up for vacation, you don't come back, or you don't come and pick them up, or you don't send the ticket. So kids remember, even though they're not saying anything because they're children, but they remember. If you show integrity, they will come back to you and say, "Yes, my dad was someone very integ." Okay. And another one that I want to give to fathers or dads, be present. You know, we have a lot of broken households, right? We have single mom who are raising the kids by themselves, either by choice or either by obligations. So if um, whatever the reason you actually a mom, you're not in the same household, take the time to be present. Show up, you know. If you're sharing custody, it's fine. And your time to take the kids. And don't actually talk bad about mom while with the kids, because kids actually they build up. Either they hate mom or either they hate you, you know. Sometimes they cannot balance, but they will hate the person you're talking about, right? So when they go back home, it's gonna create chaos. So try to be a positive dad, even though things don't go along with mom, but for the sake of the kids, yeah, have a peaceful environment around them. Talk good about the mom, talk good about you, so they can understand. Kids understand if you talk to them. You'll be surprised to see that. And the last one, before the last one, encourage them to dream. Sometimes the lack of confidence. If you're a dad, the boys usually look up to you. They look up to you for whatever you do. But if you keep on encouraging them, even they're not actually at the level you want them to be, because all parents, they want their kids to actually be the best in everything. So if your child doesn't bring the A from school, is not doesn't bring the trophy from the athletic team, don't discourage them. Encourage them, because when they go back home, they know dad will actually motivate me no matter what. And that's how they're going to excel and go higher. And the last one, show unconditional love, right? Most of the time, someone told me last Thursday, an educator told me, because I was talking about I'm going home in America and I lost my dad. I'm gonna go put some flowers for him, and she told me, "Which one is your favorite one, mom or dad?" I'm like, "What kind of question is that?" Usually, people have preference between mom and dad, but I look deeper inside. I don't have any preferences. Mom is here with me. I love mom. But one thing I always say, dad, remember, I always tell you I love you. So that word that I tell dad usually resonate with me because he's no longer here to hear it, right? So unconditional love is just when you show it to your kids, no matter what, they'll come back to you. If they go far away, they go into their own journey and they don't make it or something happens to them, they will come back home because home is home. They know they're gonna come back and receive them. So for that, that's the part of for that. And I want to leave all that with that message, and I will say Happy Father's Day to all of that around the world. And then the last one, when you ask me the last question, I'll give it to the children. It's probably 3 sentences or 3 things. Yeah.
That's great. That's a lovely message. And I want to thank you for joining today and have a lovely day ahead.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
What a lovely message from North American region. Uh, you can see that the love for father, no matter you lost him yesterday or you lost them 50 years before, 20 years before, the memories of the father is always in your brain, in your heart, and you always carry them with you. Now with this, we are moving forward to our next speaker of the day, who is a chief financial officer for a real estate company. And he is in this industry from last 24 years. So let's go to Mustafa Habli and ask him how is his Father Day.
Thank you, Dr. Musa, for this special event. And happy Father's Day to every father on this earth, and happy Eid to everyone, inshallah. And like everyone, almost having an emotional day, an emotional
Hmm.
event. I miss my dad. I lost him 19 years ago. However, I speak to him and like he's sitting before me and like he's with us. I just want to say I'm so proud to be his kid, and he's the best dad ever. I love him. I miss him so much. And now that I have kids, his love has been significant in my life, and that all the challenges he put me in to learn about life in a better way been the greatest ever gift I've received. So thanks to him.
That's amazing. So, Mustafa, would you like to share your childhood memories with your father?
Actually, Dr. Musa, he was the very first leader I've had in my life. He taught me about growing a family entity, and the very first man to put me like in small challenges. He used to call me, sit down, I'll give you some mathematics question. This is a problem. Try to solve it. You might face numbers problem in your life. How would you solve that? Would you
Hmm.
solve it properly? He used to coach sports. So come, play, show me what skills you got. So all those challenges, I later on learned that if you face a problem, you'll always try to find a solution, and always try, keep learning to improve your skills, to improve your understanding about life. And it might be difficult, but there is nothing impossible except death.
Hmm.
That's the message.
Oh, that's great. So, when you were small, who was dropping you to the school?
It's actually him. He used to
Hmm.
talk to me in school, asking me about lessons, uh, school tasks, numbers, grades. Would you achieve that? Would you get this grade? Now, next semester, would you bring this grade? Would you be all the challenges you might think of at school? He was after me,
That's
and
great.
he
So,
made me learn. And he made me learn to be
hmm,
after my goals later on.
wow, that's exciting. And
That's actually the very. That's why I call him the very first leader in my life.
hmm, hmm. So, who took you the most the first time?
So
Like, so he took you to the school. Who used to take you to the hospital when you were small?
him and
Hmm,
mom. Yeah,
that's
he
great.
used to. He was like taking. He did all. I believe he did all the best he could do to
Hmm.
bring up the man I am up to today.
Hmm.
And all those traits, I'm trying to transfer them to my kids now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, are you keeping the same pressure on your kids about grades, or you are a bit different that?
Today events are different.
Hmm.
Today life is different. However, the principle itself about being good, achieving the best you could do, that never changes with some.
Hmm.
It's constant.
Hmm.
But do all that you could do all that you could achieve, do what you love, and be the best at it as much as you can.
That's great.
And
That's
the
a
very first and the very first important thing is be good to people.
hmm, that's a very important
So
message. Yeah.
this is one of the rare traits that we need today with the
Hmm.
events taking care with the events taking place around the world. our kids have to understand that they have to be good to people,
Hmm.
to the rest.
That's amazing. So, what is your message to your kids for on this Father Day? As a father, what's your advice for them?
To my kids, I would say, in a very short message, I'd say it in my own way. Baba, I mean, Dad, I admire you, I love you, I respect you, and I believe in you. You're the
Hmm.
best kids ever.
That's
Thanks
amazing.
God for you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. The full of motivation message. And what's your message for your father on this day?
He's the best. I love him
Oh,
so much and I miss him so much.
oh, that's the loveliest message for the day. And you shared a lot of thoughts with us, and I can see that it's very important for a father to trust in the kids and make them believe that they are the best, and you are doing a great job in this.
They are the best. And uh, God's gift.
That's true.
God's gift. I couldn't ask for more.
Oh,
God's gift.
that's lovely. That's lovely. I wish that these kids pay you back the same love and response you back, inshallah. And thank you very much for joining today, and have a
My
lovely
pleasure.
Father.
And thank you. Thank you again, Dr. Musa, and thanks to everyone.
Thank you very much. And with this lovely message for the day for the kids, that you are the best kids in the world, and we trust you, we love you, and you have to show your best to the rest of the world. This is a message from a father to the kids for today. Is a lovely message I have ever heard in my life. So with this, let's go to the Europe and welcome a very impressive profile. She's an executive leadership coach. She is a managing director for her company and based in Denmark. And please welcome Irina Hulman.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much for invitation.
Lovely to have you on the show. I hope you are doing good. How's the weather in Europe at the moment?
Yes, I'm very good, a bit cold actually. And to be honest, I got a bit emotional through all the speeches I heard about father and the father days. My father's self is also gone for a long time ago, so he left this world. So yeah, I get a bit emotional speaking about this, but thank you again for such a great event, because I think fathers are sometimes underestimated. And why I say that, because I know very well that in themselves it is like a kind of fight, between the job, to get everything we need and the time spent with us. And I hear so many people that say, oh, I would like that my father would spend much more time with me, or they say, okay, I am not happy because my father didn't spend time enough with me. But I think we as children have to think that they do everything they can, because under this strength they show us, there are so many deep feelings, so much love for us. And I do appreciate in fathers this mix between strength and gentleness. I think it is amazing. Yeah, so yeah, I started to speak, so please ask me if you want to ask me.
Oh, that's so lovely. I mean, today is a day for appreciating the fathers, and the genuine feelings that we all have in our hearts are the most important. And you started sharing your feelings. That's so lovely. So my question from you is, that what are your good memories with your father when you were extremely small or you were growing up? What, or share some good memories for which cherish the others, and we also feel that yes, our dads were doing the same. Please share your thoughts.
Yes, I would like to, because I thought, from yesterday when I was thinking what I want to share with you today, I was thinking actually on a very nice memory. It was a great lesson from my father, a lesson of integrity. I was only 12 years and I wanted so badly to go to a sports school. It was in another city. And my father told me, okay, Irina, you are allowed to go there if you pass the entrance exam. He knew very well that it was a tough exam, and maybe actually he expected I don't pass it because he thought, okay, she's very young. And the problem or the challenge was that I had to stay on the school during the weekend, be only in the weekend with my parents, and I was only 12. So fortunately for me, I passed the exam, and I can remember my father, telling me, okay, Irina, I think I and your mother think that you are so young to go away from us so many days in the week, but I promised you, so I keep my promise. And I think it was amazing because he could say, okay, I just was kidding and so on. And it was actually a very important step in my life because there I learned a lot of dedication and discipline and everything. So it is a memory which I am thinking many times upon. And actually, many years after, my father told me that he was hoping that I not pass the exam. So, yeah. But it
Oh,
was really good, actually. And I think it was a step in my life I had to take. But it was at the same time a very, very strong lesson of integrity. And I remember my father, who was very, how can I say, honest, kept his promises. He never raised his voice, but actually he has an authority, that make us to respect him in a good way, I have so much appreciation for him. And yeah, as I told you a bit before, I got emotional when I'm thinking about my father. Unfortunately, I didn't spend so much time as I wanted to do with him because at the moment I was living in other countries, and especially on his last days, I was not so much with him because myself had another challenge. It is another story. But yes, I think my father was an example of a father. And the more I came or went through the life, the more I understand him and the time he spent with us. As I said before, I think that sometimes we underappreciate the parents, the fathers, because they are spending so much time on their job. But it is not because they don't want to be with us. It is because they think that they need to give us all we need, because it requires also the material part of the life. Yeah.
what's your message for the kids who has dads for them today?
Yes, my message is to take time and go toward their father. So instead of thinking, oh, my father doesn't give me any attention, maybe to take some minutes and approach the father and show them love and show them that they are there for them. And I am sure that they will get back the father's love and attention. Besides, they will help the father to take some breaks and fill their heart with love, which is the most beautiful energy and the most beautiful thing a person can get. So this is my message for the kids. And for all the father out there, I wish them a happy Father Day. And I do appreciate all of them because I am sure that every one of them make the best that they can in order for them to give their children what they need. So, yeah.
That's a lovely message, and I want to thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts. And I hope to see you soon in any other next episode.
Yeah. And thank you again for because you invited me. It is an honor for me. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all mine, and hope to see you. Have a lovely day.
Thank you. The same to you.
That's great. So we were live from Europe, and we saw how the European kids has the same intense feelings which the kids from Africa or from Middle East or from Sahara or Far East or the Southeast Asia. All the kids love their parents, especially the father, because father is a very instrumental personality in shaping your future. So with this, we are moving forward with live from Saudi Arabia, and Ali Zahir is going to join us live. He has 15-year experience in finance, and I will ask him what is his feeling on this Father Day.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Musa, firstly for this opportunity. I hope, let's try our best to do justice to this topic. Firstly, I'm really honored to be speaking on this special occasion. It's something very precious, very much invaluable. Father's Day. It's something very close to my heart. So when I got to know, when I was approached to speak on this topic, I sat down. And I thought that okay, now is the time. Let me jot down few notes, few words, few vocabulary to put together to do justice to this topic. It's something very precious. Trust me, after spending a good 20 minutes, I realized that nothing. I would not be writing anything. This is the topic. Let us speak our heart out. This is the
Wow.
topic. Let the thoughts be flowing out. Let it be very spontaneous. Speak your heart out. So I have few things in my mind. I have few thoughts which I really hope and I pray that with all the distinguished guest speakers that we have today on the platform, and thanks to you, Dr. Musa, for arranging this. I wish that the synergy that we will build together, we would be able to do justice to this topic. There is a lot that could be said. There is a lot that could be felt, but to put it in the words together and to express it to this wide audience, I really wish that we could justice to it. So when I reflect back on myself and when I compare myself with my father, if I try to walk in his shoes, despite of the all the changes that have happened, like today, what we have work from home, we have hybrid working arrangements, we have fusion based working cultures. So everything seems to be pointing in a direction that okay, everything is fine. Uh, the the work life culture has changed, but are we doing justice to our children same as our fathers have done to us? For me, it's a thought provoking thing. uh, and the more I will speak on it, the more I will drift away from the topic. So let's not do it. But let's keep it as a point. Let us all make a point today that we will be reflecting back on ourselves. We will be thinking that are we raising our children in the same manner the way we have been raised? It's something that we should give a thought on. So for me, Father's Day is full of memories, is full of reflections, is full of thoughts. So I got a wide array of things to discuss here. Let's start with few quick ones. So whenever I speak of on Father's Day, whenever I think of Father's Day, I'm reminded of a lot of memories that I had with my father. We used to watch cricket matches together. A lot of cricket matches together we have watched, and we have not only watched them. Maybe Musa can relate it, but we have analyzed them. We have criticized them, judged on them, as if we're like the most pro cricketers. So we used to discuss. But the point of it was what? The point of it was positive discussions. My father used to talk. He used to talk to me on sports, on cricket. We used to discuss what's going on in school. How is my relationship with my class fellows, with my peers? How am I respecting my teachers? Am I respecting them well? How is my relationship with my elderly? So all these discussions, and trust me, like none of these were like structured sessions. All of these were like kind of walk the talks, whenever you're the informal discussions, whenever but one thing that I can look back today is that he always made it a point that he is discussing these things with me. And today, all those discussions, if I need to put them in one line, I can reflect on them. I can say that all those small discussions, all those talks were encouragement, were pointing me in the right direction, were giving me the thought or the ability to distinguish between what's good and what's right and wrong. Uh, all of these things were small lessons that we used to get at home. So these lessons, uh, those were very precious father-son relationship or father-children relationship, to be more accurate. But what is required now, in my opinion, the requirement is to keep the legacy rolling, is to keep on doing the same thing with our children. I myself a father, I try to reflect as much as possible and give him the same learnings. uh, like, again, small talks, like whenever I remember that when I was learning to ride a bike, my father used to walk with me. He used to walk alongside with me. Why? Because whenever I fell down, he was there. He was there to assist me. He was there to pick me up. He was there to dust me off, and he was there to tell me that, "Ali, go and do it again. You will do it." And I did it. And those were summers, by the way. So summers in Saudi or summers in UAE, you can relate to it. So
That's right.
again, a lesson to put it. What it was all about resilience, that you can do it. So what he was telling me, or what that bicycle ride told me, it told me that, okay, whenever I fail, I have to get up, I have to try again, I have to do better, and I can do it. So those were the lessons that, again, fatherhood, it's precious. If I reflect on, again, the same topic, the first time that you hold your kid in your arm, the first time that you see your child walking, taking the first step, speaking the first word, these are all very precious memories. So fatherhood is what? Fatherhood is an embroidery of very cherished memories and joy. So that joy, we have to keep on. We have to keep it rolling. We have to keep it doing as good as we can. And again, it's a father always stands tall. Father is a centric person. He is not only a breadwinner. He gives you a sense of security. And when I say security, it's not it's beyond the literal meanings. It is something which is peace of mind. It tells you that I'm here. You go and do it. Don't worry about it. Everything will be all right. I'm taking care of it. You take care of your studies. You take care of your household. I will fix it. So that fixer, or the person behind all those worries, while with a very neutral face, with a very smiling face, is your father. And one thing that I want to add on here is that we have many fatherly figures in our lives. It's not only the father always. If all of us looks back on and reflect back on our past, we can see that there are many fatherly figures as well. So, and it's beyond the family even. Sometimes you can see that a father is doing something with the culture, with the society as well. So, so what is that bond, or what is that impact that a father is creating on the society beyond the family? That impact of giving the society a responsible citizen, a person who has been taught discipline, loyalty, honesty, and most importantly, integrity. So that is a father to me.
That's amazing. I think you shared a lot of lovely points, and you're right that it is a point for us to think that the way our parents raised us, are we raising our kids in the same way? My straight answer is not at all, but still we need to keep a diplomatic provisions always. There might be different perspectives to the same question. I strongly believe that we make our kids' life more easier. Whatever they ask, we say yes. They want PlayStation 4, we say yes. They want Nintendo, we say yes. They want to go to Alton Tower, we say yes. They want to go to Ferrari World, we say yes. So there is yes, yes, yes. And when we see our parents, they used to keep us wait, and they want us to deliver something, and it was linked with risk and rewards. So this is something that really all the new upcoming parents should look into, that if you make your kids' life more easier, they will not be able to deliver the hard work, and when the life will interact with them, they will be not ready to be more hardworking. So with this, we will move towards our next speaker of the day. Please welcome Alia Noor.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank
Walaikum
you.
salam. Thanks for joining. What is your message on Father's Day today? Mike is all yours.
Oh, Mike, it's all mine. Thank you. And a happy Father's Day to all of you. And I'm so glad to join this event. And so emotional speeches for so many people. So I would like to add one thing. It's a very nice tribute. When my father died, I read it somewhere and I copied it. So I would like to share this tribute with all of you.
Please go
Let us
ahead.
praise those fathers who have striven to balance the demand of work, marriage, and children with an honest awareness of both joy and sacrifice. Let us praise those fathers who, lacking a good model for a father, have worked to become a good father. Let us praise those fathers who, by their own account, were not always there for their children, but who continue to offer those children now grown their love and support. Let us pray for those fathers who have been wounded by the neglect and the hostility of their children. Let us pray those fathers who, despite divorce, have remained in their children's life. Let us praise those fathers whose children are adopted and whose love and support has offered healing. Let us praise those fathers who, as stepfathers, freely chose the obligation of fatherhood and earned their stepchildren's love and respect. Let us praise those fathers who have lost a child to death and continue to hold that child in their heart. Let us praise those men who have no children but cherish the next generation as if they were their own. Let us praise those men who have fathered us in their role as mentors and guides. Let us praise those men who are about to become fathers. May they openly delight in their children. And let us praise those fathers who have died but live on in our memory, and those and whose love continues to nurture us.
It's a lovely message, Alia. What are your memories? If I ask you your early childhood memories with your father, what are those memories? Would you like to share with us?
Sure. My father was the eldest in the family, and he had six sisters. And I think my father was a very much follower of Benjamin Franklin, that best investment is in the knowledge that pays the best interest.
Mhm.
So he was a very advocate of investment in education, irrespective of gender. In our era, I think there was nothing like woman empowerment. We never heard of that word, woman empowerment, gender equality, because he was so emphasis on education that two of my aunts He sent them for civil service exams, and they are bureaucrats. So even my aunts, when they get married, even then my father support them to get educated, get the master's degree or professional degree. So he was all six of my aunts, and for me, he was like a shade in the sun, you can say, an umbrella in the rain. So he was a very much advocate of education. So that's how my brother is now. So I'm very thankful for my father, what I am today. Dr. Musa.
Hello. Yeah, I was actually struggling with my internet. Yes. So these are lovely, beautiful memories. And what is your message for your father for today? Like, if I give you a mic and you address him as if he's listening, what will be your message for him?
Well, as my father is not alive, so I cannot give him any message. I can send him my prayers. As today is Yom Arfa also. So
Mhm.
I will pray for him that, as well, Quran says that Lord have mercy upon him as they brought me up when I was small. And I would like to share his advice, which was very relevant in all era. He said his advice was from Surah Luqman. Mr. Luqman was blessed with wisdom. So I would
Hmm.
like to share his advices, what he passed on to us, echoing what Luqman said to his son. He said, "Oh, my son, even the smallest wrongdoing, like a mustard seed, won't escape from Allah's knowledge. No matter where it happens, Allah sees all, both in heavens and earth. So be careful of your deeds. Oh, my son, establish prayer and did good doing and forbid evil and be patient whatever befall upon you, because
Hmm.
these are the fears of determination. You have to be patient in whatever happens to you in your life, and don't be arrogant, because the humility is the key. Walk the earth with modesty, for Allah dislikes those who are prideful and boastful. And finally, he offered a practical advice, that is, be mindful of your actions, speak with moderate tone, for the most unpleasant sound is the braying of the donkey. And I think these words have resonated me whole life, and I believe they offer valuable lessons for all of us.
Hmm. That's a lovely message, of course. And what is your message for the fathers who are raising their kids? What they should do in order to be a good father?
Actually, nowadays, fathers are investing too much time in earning to give their children the best,
Oh.
ultimate everything. What you said, they want to go to Disneyland, yes they can, they will earn more. They want to have a PlayStation, they will try to do their best to get the PlayStation, even if they are not earning that much. I remember when we were going to college, I used to see a person, we were going by bus, a school bus, and there was a labor, and in the morning he has to go for the labor work, but he
Hmm.
was getting ready his children, he was combing his hair every day. I saw that one. So I realized every father is doing his best, but they should spend some time with their quality time with their children also. Once
Hmm.
they are grown up, you have spent everything, then you send them for abroad for further studies, then you will miss this time. So try
Hmm.
to spend a little bit time with them also.
That's a lovely advice. And this is always a very difficult task when your father is no more in this world and you share the feelings and you feel about them. I lost my father when I was 26, and I still feel that if I get more chance to live with him, I would have served him better. He might have seen more of our success stories. They will be a part of our life for a longer time. So these are the desires which never goes out of the heart. It's really
Absolutely.
difficult.
Absolutely.
We share the same thoughts. So I want to thank you for joining us today and share your father's feelings. And I wish you good luck.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dr. Musa.
So, with this beautiful thoughts, we are moving towards the next speaker of the day, who is an amazing gentleman from the land of Punjab in India. And this land is sort of a family land where the family boundings are extremely strong, and you share a common culture, you live together, your all grand families are around, and you feel yourself so much connected with your family. So I invited this great gentleman, and I want to know about his feelings and his thoughts. Please welcome the Bajwa Bioasia. He's the Institute of Chartered Accountant Regional Director. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Musa. Thank you to you and Berkeley team for inviting me today and making me feel so good with your introduction about me.
That's always in my heart. I never expressed you before, but I felt today we are one to one. There's no one to distort us. So we will be together for a couple of minutes and I will ask you a lot of questions. So, what are your feelings on the Father Day, being you are a father yourself and you have your own father and you
Yes.
might have your grandfather? So, what is your what are your feelings, what you're thinking about your fathers, since you get this invitation to talk about father? So what was in your mind?
Yes, it was not an easy task, to decide what to share. And I tried to bring in a linkage of my grandfather, my
Hmm.
father, and me as a father. If I talk about my father, he lost his father when he was in his early 30s.
Hmm.
And I'm in my early 40s and blessed to have my father around me today. And what I would like to say that, as I'm growing older, it's like the support of my father on me is increasing, that I'm realizing that how much a father makes a difference into your lives. Even though, we may be earning ourselves, we are adults, but the contribution of a father, even though you may turn 50 or 60 and if he is around, will always be there in your life. So that's my first thought. Second, when I became a chartered accountant, that was the most happiest day for me and my family, and has remained so because my father had given me good education, and he always wanted that, I earn something which makes him feel proud. And the day I became chartered accountant, at that point of time, internet didn't used to be there in our home. It was 2000, early 2007, and I had to go to a cyber cafe to check my result. And when I had checked, I called back my mother and had spoken to my father only after reaching back at home. And
Hmm.
that day, he made me realize that how ignorant I was to be thankless to him, that I didn't call him, but I called my mother. And then when I had started my work experience, then couple of times, I have, but I missed at that point of time. I had accepted it by a realizing it that the contribution of my father in my journey was the biggest, and
Hmm.
that I publicly made aware. My mother used to spend 3 hours time
Hmm.
when we used to give for examination. She used to pray for us, the entire time when we were writing our exam, so that we get the strength. And but when I had given my CA examination, which was my first attempt for CA finals, and I had a very little hope to pass, but my father was very confident that I will make it. And when no one else was having hope, neither me, neither my mother, but my father was, and I was declared successful. And that's when I realized that his prayers, though he doesn't pray as my mother prays, but somewhere, I felt his connection with the Almighty, which had uh, brought me as a successful candidate in the CA examination, and I passed.
Yes.
and and as a father, I see myself. A couple of days back, my daughter was complaining to me, and she said that, dear father, you were more gentle to me a few years back, and but you are not as gentle as you were earlier. and
Hmm.
i then I told her that, you are growing now, you are already 8, and if I will not make you realize that what is right in this world, then how you will learn? So and I connected to, the thought where you were sharing, and you were saying that when we were kids, our parents used to make us wait, and that's what I'm trying to do with my daughter now, because 6 months back, I was with her in one of the shop, and she was asking for a mic, and when she saw that the mic was over the budget which I had set for her for a toy, she said that, oh, this is above my budget, I cannot take. But
Hmm.
that thing, I realized in the past 6 months is going away from her, where, she tries to be more dominant. And that's where, we have to put a break on our kids and make them realize that what should be done. But the most important thing is that there's a hope which we have to give to our kids at all point of time,
Hmm.
and because hope is what will make us succeed, that we should never take away from them. But when it comes to living our lives, a little bit discipline is good for everyone.
You're right, and this is a very beautiful message for the parents listening, that how to handle your kids, how to prepare them for our hard future life, because you as a parents can spoil your kids, but the work environment is not going to spoil them. They are going to destroy them. So we have to prepare them for our future challenges, that and it will start from the step number one, which is the father and the mother contribution, of course.
Right.
So would you like to share some memory of your father, like especially like when he used to, how he used to drop you to the school, and what food he was suggesting or feeding you at that time? Yeah, and that are that the memories I'm interested to know more.
Actually, as I told you that I'm in 40s, and at that point of time, in the culture from where we come in, our father mainly used to be responsible for bringing money to home, and our mother used to be, homemaker.
Ah,
And though my mother is more educated than my father, she was a postgraduate. My father completed only his high school, and but my mother has until few years back she had remained a homemaker. So therefore, when it comes to those memories, that's not there, because I used to go in a vehicle driven by someone to the school, until I in the last 2 years I was going through a bicycle which was just 3 or 4 kilometers away from my home.
mhm.
So that's not there. And my father, had never cooked in his life. So, but what memory special I can tell you that, he also he used to bring to us everything we want, because if I recall, I used to have one bat. Now the ICC World Cup is going on, and because of that bat, I used to get little respect in our neighborhood, because
Mhm.
everyone wanted to use that bat. And
Okay.
when I wanted a bicycle, he employed someone to make a very special bicycle, because at that point of time not many options were available for kids, and he made a customized bike for me.
Wow.
So that's what have been the most special, because what I wanted, he was always there to give to me, in spite
Mm,
of he had a very troubled life,
mm,
because he, as a kid, as I told you, didn't studied more than a high school, but all his brothers, had been serving in the army, air force, all were gazetted officers. He was the only one who didn't study, but he got a lot from his father because he got his business to continue. But
mm,
as he faced with the environmental challenges, he had to shut off that business, and he had a very troubled life for a long period of time. But when I completed my high school and he was starting a new grocery store, then for a few months I helped him out. And until I had settled back here in Dubai, he continued with that. And now he is serving in the board of charitable management schools as a treasurer, which keeps him busy. And in
mm,
between, I wanted him to work on a hospitality project, and
mm,
he didn't wanted to, but he worked. And though it was a very challenging for him before we shut down in COVID, but it brought back the respect to him, because now everyone, in our neighborhood or in the city knows them by the owner of that business, even though that
mm,
business does not exist for the last 5 years, but still people remember 4 years.
mm,
Uh,
yeah.
so that is where I feel that I may have been able to make some difference in my life of my father. But what he has given me is, much more than I will be able to pay him back. Yeah.
Oh, that's so amazing. I have three questions from you now
Yeah.
regarding your father because it's a Father Day, and
Right.
I want to feel everyone that they should know their father more in detail. So, what is your father's favorite color?
My father's favorite color is blue. Mine is also used to be blue for most of the time. Even my mother's favorite color is blue.
Oh, that's great. What is your father's favorite food?
Uh, his his favorite food, my wife from the back, she's just shouting that matar paneer. To be honest, I don't know. I never asked. So yeah, so she's saying that he had told her once. So sorry for that. Yeah, matar paneer, she said.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And my last question is that who is the favorite kid for your father out of all the
My
kids?
yeah, my sister.
Mhm,
As we say that daughters are most close to father and sons are most close to mother.
mhm,
So I feel that my sister had a more pampered life, and I had been a more obedient kid. So
mhm.
I would rate my sister. She was 1 year elder to me, as the favorite kid
Oh,
than my
that's
son.
lovely. That's lovely. And my another question come in my mind,
Yeah.
I should throw you, is if your father gets angry, so do you know the recipe to make him happy?
Yeah, this I wanted to touch upon, because this is a trait I got from my father. In the last few years, I tried to uh, put down my temper, but my temper early used to be very high, and that's there in my father. So when he gets upset, no one can manage him. So the answer to this is that I have not been able to. My mother plays a more balancing role, and she is able to bring some conclusion to this issues or discussions. But as of now, I haven't been able to learn that much. But in the past couple of years, as I have mellowed down, I have been able to bring in some balance. But for most of my life, I had failed in that, to be
That's a great acknowledgement I have ever
honest.
heard. So I have another question that what
Yeah.
is the most favorite drink of your father?
Yeah. So, though we are not allowed to
Mm,
have alcohol, and I had never taken in my life, but
mm,
my father had been found of it. I will not say that he has been ever a heavy drinker or a drinker, but when he gets an opportunity to take one or two glasses, he would love to have that.
Okay.
That's
Other than like in non-alcoholic drinks, what is
yeah.
his favorite drink? Non-alcoholic drinks.
I think tea.
Tea.
That's
Yeah.
the most common
Mm,
with everyone.
that's great. How about that drink which you mix it with milk and yogurt? He don't like that
Yeah,
one.
that we call kachi lassi in Punjabi.
Mm,
A
mm,
few days
mm,
back only. So that is not commonly the lassi, and that's not commonly made because that is a drink which we can have only in summers. So very
mm,
limited period. So otherwise, if he needs any drink, it is a tea which
mm,
he would like to have, and that's his favorite.
mm.
So that may be a second favorite drink, lassi, you can
Second
say.
favorite. Okay. So I have another question. Like, if you there is a festival coming and you have to buy either salty sweets or the sweet sweets, the salty things or the sweet things.
Yeah.
Which one you will buy for your father?
I'll buy for him sweet things because
Mm,
he likes sweets a lot. Uh, though because of his age, as he's in early 70s now,
mm,
he should not. He's not diabetic, but he has to, control him.
mm,
During our childhood, if any sweet box used to come into our home, it used to get finished in 2 days. And
mm.
he might be a contributor of more than 80% to finish that sweet box.
Oh,
So
that's
that's why, so that's why I would buy a sweet.
That's so
Seven.
lovely. That's so lovely. And every son should know perfectly about their parents, about their father and mother too. And so, my last, not a question, like, I want to know, I want to ask you if your father is listening to you right now, what is your message for him?
Yeah. So my message would be to my
No,
father that
like talk to your father, like
yeah,
as if you are talking
yes,
to your father.
yeah. So uh,
What you call
I
your father? Like how you name him, father?
yeah, when I address him as I used to address him as Papa in my childhood, but now I have moved more to a dad because that's what we use in text when I'm messaging him.
Okay. So
So
call him dad, and say your message.
yeah. Dear Dad, you have given lot of things to me. Though I may not have been a very obedient kid or have been in agreement to you every time, but I love you very much. And in the past 3 years, you had a serious health issues, and it made me cry a lot. Though I was not with you when you were facing with these troubles, but I cried, cried, and cried. I love you very much. You have been my strongest support with my mother, and I wish that you remain to see this life with me in the next 20 years so that I can achieve more and show to you that your chartered accountant son made this difference in your life. Thank you, Dad. Love you.
Oh, that's the lovely message. I want to thank you for joining us today and share your feelings. I'm looking forward to see you in the next show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful message for the dad. It's a very emotional day and it's the Father Day. And I'm so happy and excited to see that people love their father in a very tremendous way. They might not express that often, but the love lives in their hearts. That's what we need all the time. So with this, we will move towards the next speaker of the day, who is in grade 7, a very young girl. We have all the adults, so I thought we should get a young kid who want to share the feelings about the father. So please welcome Nadine Hisham Abu Al Saud.
Hello everyone, my name is Nadine Saroud, and Father's Day is coming up. A special time to honor our dads. Fathers do so much for us, from helping us with homework to teaching us important life lessons. They support us, make us laugh, and are always there when we need them. Let's take this day to say thank you to our dads for all they do, whether it's with a hug, a card, or just spending time together. Let's show them how much we appreciate them. Happy Father's Day to all the amazing dads out there. Bye.
Oh, that's a lovely message, and that's a quick message for the father. So it's a day where all the kids should make a small video, and it goes in your archive memories and gallery, which you can watch it every year once. And when they grow up, you have your own memories about kids, which will excite you, cherish you. And that's the only way to keep your old ages more exciting. So with this, all lovely speakers and sharing their thoughts with us about their father, I feel really overwhelmed, and I wish a great Father Day to all the fathers. The father who are already father, the sons who will become father sooner or later in their life, with one clear message that any kid comes in the life is our responsibility. And responsibility not in terms of feeding, buying the pampers or clothes. The bigger responsibility is to work on their mindset, their emotions. We need to prepare them for a cause. And the only cause that we are created in this world is to benefit the other humanity. The biggest training that we need to give a kid from the early childhood, whether you put some food in your tray and ask them to go to neighbors and give them, so they start learning the concept of giving to the society, giving to the parents, giving to the family, relatives, grand relatives, and the people even they don't know. We need to remove the selfishness, greediness, badness, evilness from their hearts and minds, and we have to develop them as a good, valued, positive thinker, innovative leader with a cause. And it starts from their very early childhood. I was reading a research that the major learning is from the kid of 3 years to 7 years. Whatever you put in their mind, it will be for all the life. So don't wait them to get bigger and then you will train them. No, the training will start from the lab, and by the time they grow up, they will understand all these things. So with this hope that wherever you are, whatever you do, you will take care of yourself and your surroundings. These are very important. I wish you a great Father Day and looking forward to see you in my next program. Till then, take care. Goodbye, ma salama, and bless you.